Hello, I'm Charles Gross, and welcome to Common Sense. I read some very disturbing news in the New York Times recently. It seems that parents are rejecting picture books in favor of chapter books. Of course, there's nothing wrong with wanting your children to advance in reading, but at the same time, you want them to enjoy the reading experience. Ironically, the Times article noted that the chapter books in question weren't necessarily any more complex reading than the picture books they were replacing. Now, it would seem to me that in this day and age, we would want our children to read picture books, at least for a little while. Having a child read picture books, or for that matter, reading them to a child, gets them interested in books. And if you truly want your children to become readers, it's best for them to develop a love of books early on. In addition, pictures inspire the imagination in a way that words alone simply can't. I mean, remember, we're a multimedia society these days, so it's important that the child gets both the verbal and the visual experience early on. Besides, if you don't read or allow your children to read picture books, here's what they, and you, will be missing. This was one of my favorites growing up, Lentil, with Words and Pictures by Robert McCloskey. It's about a young boy whose harmonica playing saves his small town from big embarrassment. Here's one I read to my daughters when they were young, Once There Were Giants. Words by Martin Waddell, pictures by Penny Dale. It's a clever circle of life story. Here's another one I enjoyed growing up, Pinocchio, with pictures by Attilio Mussino. I wanted to buy a copy for my girls, but the only edition I could find was one published by Macmillan that eliminated 1/3 of the pictures. That was a major disappointment. Macmillan, please bring back the complete book. This one is Zaza's Baby Brother by Lucy Cousins, where a little zebra must deal with the arrival of her new sibling. I could go on and on about the importance of picture books, but I would like to give the last word to a giant, sometimes literally, in the world of children's literature. Alice, from Alice in Wonderland. She had peeped into the book her sister was reading, but it had no pictures or conversations in it. And what is the use of a book, thought Alice, without pictures? Now that's common sense, and I'm Charles Gross.